In football, there are few things better than a team winning the title, the tournament, just anything. But there are few things worse than winning nothing at all for a long period of time. Now today, we're going to look at 10 teams that are quite well known or at least popular in their region, which have not achieved success in the past few years. We're going to look at, we're going to weigh into the popularity and also how famous is the team and how big of a drought is it. Real Sociedad has a legacy as one of the original founders of La Liga, but sadly hasn't achieved anything in the past 30 years. In fact, the club's last trophy came in 1986 with a victory in the Copa del Rey. Hopefully, the team can achieve greater things in the upcoming decade with young talent such as Martin Odegaard, Mikel Moreno, and Mikel Oyarzabal. A fact that proved the team is actually trying to break the drought is when it broke its policy of signing only Basque players in 1989. So FC Nantes is one of those teams that have fallen off over a period of time. Though they still have a decently large following and are one of the more well-known teams from France. The team hasn't done that great in the domestic league except for a couple of surprise finishes. The team's last trophy actually came in 2001 in the French Super Cup. The team currently is just trying to get out of relegation, so though it doesn't look too bright for the future, there are very few places to go other than up to this team. And, even though it might only be 19 years of a distance, because it's a team from France, which isn't as competitive a league, it does seem disappointing that a team this big cannot achieve anything so big in the past few years. At the 8th spot, we have a German team. And when you mention German football, you think of Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Red Bull Leipzig, and Schalke. Rarely is Borussia Mönchengladbach in these discussions, though it does have its own case. The team was established in 1900, but the trophy cabinet doesn't show that. It only has 10 trophies, and their last trophy actually came in 1994 in the DFB Pokal Cup. Though the team does have a young roster and a lot of good players such as Alassane Plie and Marcus Thuram, it is going to be tough that team can ever overtake Dortmund or Munich in their own league or tournament. Now, at the 7th spot, we have a Dutch club, and the big three in the Dutch league are Feyenoord, Ajax, and PSV. And these three teams have achieved a lot of success in the past decade, and sadly, other teams haven't actually experienced similar success. An example is the Dutch team FC Twente, which hasn't tasted success in the past decade. In fact, the team was even stuck in the second division for a while. Luckily, the team has gotten out of the second division and is now into the first division. The team is still struggling to stay out of the second league, though the team has produced a lot of talent in the past few years. Now at the 6th spot, we actually have a South American team. That's going to be the team Santos FC from Brazil. But the team has always come very close to success in the past few years. The team's last real domestic title was actually in 2003. As a team that's produced talent like Neymar, Robinho, Pepe, and Pele, it might be kind of shocking that the team hasn't won anything in the past few seasons. But luckily, last year they were runner-ups, so I'm sure that the years to come will provide some kind of opportunity for success. Now, at the 5th spot, we have another German team, and this team is FC Köln. FC Köln is a historic German team, which actually has the 4th largest following in Germany. Still, the team doesn't have really the cabinet to back up its following. Its last trophy was in 1982 with the DFB Pokal Cup. The team just came back from relegation, so fans are probably looking for a much more successful decade than the past. Though the team was only established in 1948, I'm sure the fans are eagerly waiting for the next trophy and next title. At the 4th spot, we have a Portuguese team. And when you think of Portuguese football, you think of Sporting Lisbon, Benfica, and Porto. Though Benfica and Sporting Lisbon have enjoyed a lot of success in the past few years, Porto has actually only enjoyed a little bit of success in the past few years. Though some may say that Porto isn't that bad, I'd still say that of the three, I don't think fans are happy. For a team that's produced Hulk, Falcao, Militao, Mangala, James Rodriguez, and Jackson Martinez, it can be disappointing that the team's last trophy came in 2017 with the domestic title. When there are only three main teams in Portugal, to be third place isn't much for the Dragons. Now, at the third spot, we have Tottenham Hotspurs. For a team that's as competitive as Tottenham is on a daily basis, it may come as a surprise as their last trophy came in 2007 with the League Cup. Though Tottenham might not be suffering the longest drought, it must come as a disappointment that the team is unable to match with local rivals Arsenal and Chelsea when it comes to collecting out trophies. Still, runner-up in Champions League is nothing to laugh at, so hopefully it won't be soon that Tottenham can start to add to its trophy cabinet. Flashback to 2009, when Inter Milan achieved the rare feat of a treble. They won the domestic title, the domestic cup, and the Champions League. They had players such as Diego Milito, Javier Zanetti, and Sneijder. Now, come back to the current year of 2020. The team struggles to reach even runner-up in their own league. They haven't won anything for the past 1 decade. And though they have players such as Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku, and De Vrij, they still struggle to catch up with teams such as Juventus and Milan. Hopefully, the upcoming decade can be a lot more exciting for the Internazionale. At the first spot, we have, of course, Man U. Now, for a team with a following as large and influence as wide as Man U, it's surprising that their last trophy actually came in 2016 with the FA Cup. Though the team may be one of the most well-known and profitable teams in the world, the lack of success has left many fans baffled and asking what went wrong. Is it because Ferguson left? Is it because they don't have that charm anymore? We don't know. Hopefully the team can eventually reach its former glory and contend for more championships. Now with rivals such as Liverpool and Man City and Chelsea contending for various different titles, it's going to be tougher than ever for Man U to reach its former glory. Luckily, with players such as Rashford, Greenwood, and Bissaka, the Red Devils are sure to achieve better than last decade. Luckily, they actually have been the best team in England since the winter break, so hopefully Man U is destined for success in the future.